A group of us grad students traveled from the University of Miami to Bimini Biological Field Station. We left from Fort Lauderdale, which took just under 30 minutes, which was quicker than some of our drives to the airport. Bimini is famous for its blue waters and for its amazing shark encounters. Upon arriving in Bimini, our first step was immigration, where we got our passports stamped. Then we were off to the field station. It was really cool to see this in person after seeing it so many times on social media. We were greeted by this great hammerhead head, and I noticed it had real shark's teeth in its mouth. To me, they looked a little more like lemon's teeth than hammer teeth, which would make sense due to the abundance of lemon sharks in the area. As for the accommodations, it's communal living. You could see our bunk beds, our shared meals, the classroom where we had lectures, and our 2 big tests. Quite a lot of time was spent in the lectures, learning about coral reefs, intertidal zones, mangroves, and more. We were also expected to know this taxonomical list, and were given this field guide to help ID the critters we saw in the wild. Our 5 days at the lab were pretty full. Our typical schedule was study, sleep, swim, and repeat. The Bahamas consists of hundreds of islands
and small keys
formed by limestone rock. So we traveled via small boat to reach several of these destinations. For example, Honeymoon Harbor. Though this area is famous for its southern stingrays, Hypanis americanus, this clip shows just why Bimini is famous for its sharks. Here we see the black-nosed shark, who at 3 to 4 feet is a fully mature adult, and we also see a nurse shark, Gliostoma serratum. Throughout the week, the small boat took us on so many cool adventures, including to swim with some Caribbean reef sharks. I love this clip because it shows how they can go from 0 to 100, and you should always keep shark safety in mind. One of the highlights was our trip to this mangrove nursery to meet Bimini's famous juvenile lemon sharks. The Shark Lab is famous for its juvenile lemon studies on population dynamics and mangrove habitats under Doc Gruber.
I'm gonna feed squid to a shark. This is why I'm not a YouTuber.
Though these juvenile lemon sharks live here, they only stick around for the cameras because they're bribed with squid. There were several habitats that we accessed by foot, such as the rocky intertidal. Here you could see a diverse range of critters, including the mantis shrimp. There he goes, crawling across the screen on the left. I did get sidetracked from the sea searching for a snake when I heard in a lecture there's a Bimini boa. I didn't catch these myself, but a local guy made sure by the end of the trip we all got to meet one. Now back to the aquatic animals. We took a walk in the sandy intertidal during a super low tide where we saw so many invertebrates. We also learned about this aplysia, which is a gastropod, which is a type of mollusk. But what you really need to know is it can ink when irritated, but don't worry, it's non-toxic. To humans, that is. One of my personal highlights was finding this juvenile boxfish, as well as calling Emily over to record her as proof that she did in fact see a fish, although by this point, I'm sure she saw several shark species. Look how tiny. After our exams were done, we did get to take a short trip to North Bimini. It was about a 5-minute ferry ride over. We were greeted by this pup and saw this great mural to keep Bimini clean. Unfortunately, we did see a lot of plastic pollution in some of the mangrove roots, which globally we all need to do a better job to protect our oceans from these threats. And for those of us students who didn't get our shark fix, we did have a chance to do the Bimini Bull Run. It's a cage dive located in a marina where tons of bull sharks are swimming around, and I did spot some nurse sharks in the mix as well. This is what the cage looks like if you're interested. While we were walking around, we did see this sticker campaign for knowing your limits, which was really cool, especially since Bimini is famous for its conch salad and seafood. It's really important that people are aware how to harvest sustainably. Now it's time for the shark tally. How many species do you remember spotting in this video? So we spotted 5 species in 5 days, plus a bonus, a flat shark, aka a stingray. We'll count it. Then we saw plenty of other critters and tons of invertebrates and different algae that I never knew before. Bimini was a great place to study tropical marine ecology because it really had you slowing down, not just looking at the big sharks, but paying attention to the small critters.